What's going on, guys? Today's video I want to talk about something really cool that I've discovered, probably late in the news, but there's a Tesla supercharger establishing or getting constructed right now, November 2024. So not sure when it's gonna get done, but South Brooklyn finally gets its own Tesla supercharger. And why is this exciting to me as a Sienna owner? Well, prior to getting the Sienna, I was actually cross-shopping this with other three-row SUVs and also the Model Y three-row. And ultimately the three-row didn't cut it, especially with the Model Y three-row. And also mainly the ultimate decision was the fact that we didn't have any type of charging solutions at home. So if they only had one, right, I was doing some research. If they only had one at Caesars Bay, and here we are. So here we are. This is Caesars Bay right here. Right? Like, we got the Best Buy, we got the Target right in front of us. And right there, as I was driving along, my wife pointed out, aren't those Tesla? Like, why is it marked Tesla, she was saying. And right there, as you can see, this is marked Tesla. And as I was looking inside, there are superchargers right there. Right now it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7. I'm not sure if they're gonna complete the whole line coming down like so, but it's very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick walk around of the outside and see what's actually inside being barricaded. All right, but this is, for those of you who are wondering, they're driving around why this is blocked. This is why. You know, my wife was very observative, actually. Well, either that or just me being just oblivious to the surroundings. But here it is. Let's take a look to see. Right here. So that's about what this is. I'm not even sure how many. This is not really good view, so I'll keep walking around. It's a fall brisk morning. We got the Target there, and right here, let's see, no smoking, hard hats required, all that stuff. So finally, oh wow, so they're getting multiple stalls. As you can see from here, there are multiple pylons right here, 1, 2, 3. So these are here already. So multiple pylons. So right now, how many do we already have? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 already installed. I'm guessing a lot of people here. That's pretty cool, right? Wow. So I can see from here, I think this is a prime spot. But what about, it's very cool, I think, to be able to have a supercharging solution right here, because there are not that many. Install date, all that stuff. I'm not even gonna get, I'm assuming these are like Superchargers stations. But overall, this is the real estate that we're looking at and how much is taken up. It's right smack in the middle of Caesars Bay parking lot. I think that's very cool, actually. So again, why is this exciting to me? I think it's because of the fact that we're cross-shopping our Sienna right here that we've been driving for the past 2 years with the Model Y. And as you can see from here, I think this area definitely needs some sort of supercharging. Definitely in Brooklyn, because in Brooklyn, how much do we have actually? We have currently, I think we have 2 superchargers here in Brooklyn, specifically from Tesla, and that is Atlantic Center, where you have to pay for garage parking, and the other one is in JFK. That's technically Queens, the airport, which you don't have access to anything while having the downtime of waiting for the supercharging to be done. The other one is on Cropsey Avenue, next to the Starbucks, next to the furniture shop and the Home Depot. And if you walk a little bit further, you have the option to go Chipotle or some diner or food bazaar, so you get to do some shopping with that. But it's nothing like this area right here. I think having a supercharger in this location will solve a lot of problems. Will also create a lot of problems, which is a good and a bad, pro and a con, right? But I think it might be vulnerable to some sort of, since the shore is right there, it might be vulnerable to some flooding in the future. I mean, Superstorm Sandy did hit right here and it messed up this place totally. But I think the pros is it's going to give business to all these other mini shops right here. You got your Five Guys to eat. You got your Starbucks right down there as well. Let me go ahead and zoom in for this one. You have D'Amore Pizza, which is a very good spot right here to eat pizza locally. You have Olive Garden right here, Teriyaki Boys, and all that. Freeze frame, all these stores. I think this place is even better than most options, or it's comparable to some options in Queens or Long Island, I mean. Right, I mean, I'm sure it's definitely a bottleneck here with Shore Parkway running down. You could go ahead and do a BJ's run even, or go work out at a Crunch Fitness, all that stuff. If you work further down, there's even a park for you to go ahead and just relax, right, and then walk right back. And also you have your shore right there, where you could just, if you have a bike, you could go ride down all the way down to the parkway, along the parkway, and go down to the Verrazano, even Owl's Head Park if you have time. But you probably will be charged a lot of sitting time after your Tesla's done being charged. Of course, you have your Target runs, all that stuff. You have your Kohl's to do a lot of Amazon returns, Best Buy to fiddle with a lot of gadgets, right, while you wait. So this is a really prime spot, definitely. And again, if you have a bike or if you want to walk, you could go down to 86th Street where there's a ton of other food. Totally a different selection of foods, very broad, very vast, so you could think about that. But overall, I think what's going to cause a problem with this, I think it has to be at least 10 to 12, given the pylons. It has to be around 10 because that's already 7, right? So that's 7 superchargers right there, stations, even 8, I think. The other one is not parallel to the other one. It has to be at least 10 to 12, and 10 to 12 will solve a lot of problems, I think, but also it's not enough. There's a lot of taxis here, a lot of people doing a Tesla ride situation, ride shares, Uber, Lyfts, all that stuff. But again, I think this stall is just the very beginning of a very crowded Brooklyn area. But South Brooklyn has none of these solutions right here, and a ton of Teslas just doing a lot of ride shares. So this will solve, minimize some problems, but also it won't solve completely everything. But it's a good start. And why am I totally geeking out over this news is because about 2 years ago, we were deciding cross-shopping between the Model Y, the 3-row Model Y, and the Sienna and other 3-row SUVs. And ultimately, this decision was we could not go for the Tesla because of the minimal 3-row, inability to have 3 rows, because it's kind of pointless to have the 3-row Tesla. Model Y, in my opinion. Model X is out of our budget. And versus the 3-row, ultimately we were deciding between the Atlas, which is very comparable to the Sienna in terms of interior space, the MDX, but the MDX is really, the 3rd row was not good, and this, right, the Sienna. And should we go ahead and upgrade now that there's supercharging available? Should we go ahead and upgrade? Having lived 2 years with the minivan and experiencing minivan life, definitely not. I think the minivan suits our needs, especially having twins, same age, toddlers, just needing the most space we can get with them, getting them ready, and so forth. For those of you who understand, you definitely know, right? If you know. 2 years ago, if I was cross-shopping this with the Model Ys in general, I would say it would be a really tough choice. Not knowing the minivan life, right? If I had the opportunity to go ahead and supercharge here, right, this easily accessible, I would definitely, most likely would have gone with the Model Y. Why? Because of the $7,500 discount. It was definitely cheaper. The technology was better. It was kind of like a new, like a breath of fresh air going from to an EV vehicle versus the infotainment system within the cars that I'm used to. The convenience of having a Tesla, walking away, everything's faster in terms of processing speed with all the technology, all that stuff. It really got me excited. The incoming Model Y is very close to 2025, and I think the current Model Y is getting a really deep discounts and also really good, really good APR rates. Having 0% in this time, it's very rare. So you should definitely, this should definitely impact a lot of condo owners around this area, apartment owners who are not able to get into the EV game, especially the Tesla game, and being able to supercharge so close to their house, right, would open up a lot of opportunities. But at the same time though, in terms of quality, even this Sienna, in my opinion, blows the quality of a Model 3, any type of Tesla out in the water. Even the Plaids. I rented the Plaids, the Model S, and although it was a really great ride, really good driving dynamics, speed, everything like that, the technology, I still think the interior, quality of the leather, just overall squeakiness of it, really would have made me rethink where I put my money or invested my money or threw my money into. And also, personal story, my wife also has a really good friend who had a Model 3, got in line from our recommendation to get the Sienna, and ultimately forego the Sienna deposit, which they were going to get in a month anyway, and they ended up upgrading from Model 3 to Model Y. And right now, since they had 2 under 2, they're low-key regretting it. In my humble opinion, yes, definitely go for the minivan versus 3-row SUVs versus a Tesla. Especially you have kids close in age range, that would be, I think, a must-have. Especially 2 or more, close age range, toddlers. It's a different story when your kids are grown, but at this point, you know, definitely consider a minivan. So on that note, hope you guys have a nice weekend. Enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.